KCS leader. Two of them. Hey, what's up guys? It's Brett from Brett's Train Videos. We are ready for Season 3 of Top Catches. We have a lot of cool trains to see. The videos the original train was in will be in the chapters down below. Without any more distractions, let's get into the video. Up this morning and tell them what it is, man. To start, we have NS 4000 leading NS 229 south in the early morning in August. Big Blue. So Gary the Snail was on board? Next, NS 1074 is seen leading 142 north. I was just posing the question, man. Hey, storage full. NS 197 used to come out of Elkhart, and this one was a surprise. We made sure to catch this one. It had the CSX chassis sticker unit number 7765, a central main in Quebec, EMD SD40-2F, and 3 CP road switchers. We can only guess the reason as to why they were on this very long 197. I totally did not. I forgot to take a picture of it. In the same video, NS 177 was led by the Reading Heritage Unit. Not an expert, but I think he blew for 6th Street. Heading to our tried and true nighttime rail fanning, NS 28C was led by NS 8025, the Monongahela Heritage Unit. I was tipped off about some foreign locomotives that had come out of Progress Rail south of town. So I went out to the line. We see them coming around the curve by the yard with a beautiful SD70 ACE leading the engines. They're uncovered. As we went over in the last Top Catches video, NS-123 has some good lash-ups sometimes. In this one, NS-8101 is seen trailing behind the Gevo. CSX I-131 and I-132 are trains where you can normally see UP power, and occasionally some KCS power. This time, not only was KCS leading the charge, it happened to be a Grey Ghost. TJ said it was going to be boring power and not worth recording. Boy, was he wrong.
Let's go!
NS4000 had been running the 60 and 61C turn for a few weeks, and we see it here fourth on 61C heading north.
Man, what is this? Again? Hey man, why is he gonna come back leading?
60P is run as needed, and we got very lucky with this one. CP7017 was the rear DPU on this one. It was screaming and looked amazing. It is the only CP special unit I have seen. As we covered a couple trains ago, NS-197 used to come out of Elkhart. On this train, we see some bananas, as the rail fans call them. I call them progress engines. Yellow boys numbers 7205 and 7213 were heading south. They did not get dropped off at Progress though.
There they are. Oh, it's the yellow ones too.
During night.
Alright then. It's like when I went to Duncan, like.
Shut up, Nacho!
We almost beat the engine move record on 123. In the last Top Catches, we had 7 engines and a rear DPU on one of the trains. This time, we have 6 up front and 1 on the rear. So close. But this time, it's all black and white power.
Only 2 of them are on. They're ES40s.
We lucked out on this next one. Some UP Heritage units had gone through Muncie before, but this time I was in town. UP 1988 trailed on NS 196 heading north.
Alright man, time to post.
A quick excursion to Waterloo and Fort Wayne led us to a couple of neat things.
TJ, it's flashing and it's scary. Oh no.
First, I got spooked by the RC units working the yard.
It's so scary, man. It's like, you know, how he do that? Oh.
Next, we heard over the radio NS 1070 was in town, but was having problems. They had to adjust the power, and we see it leaving the yard on a grain train.
Flipping the power relay. This crew's like, oh my god, these guys again. I'm gonna get the worst video of it.
Finally, NS 8114 was trailing on a 25p going track speed through Waterloo. Overall, some great catches in this video.
I heard it was third, not second. 31. Spirit of Ravana. My bad. Said it was 8th of 7.
Returning to Muncie, NS 8098 was seen trailing third on 28C.
My bad, it was actually Conrail. Intense cry. Feel like tears flowing.
NS 4003 was then seen trailing on 29A. All the cool units are trailing.
Oh! I thought this was on 29F. Alright. Certified sheesh moment.
Ah, here we go. No more trailing units. NS 143 was led by the Wabash unit heading south. It had an awful horn at the time.
NS 1070. The worst horn I've ever heard. Can you stop? Like, oh my gosh.
NS 1073 had been eluding me for a while, after I saw it mid-DPU on 143.
That's what you sound like. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Did you go on for 6 streaks? He isn't gonna laugh. Okay, we're good. Oh my gosh, you did. Yeah, this is it.
It finally came back around, trailing on 142, heading north.
Let me get some pictures. There you go. 1073, but like you actually can see it.
Getting the bell show, let's go. On a rainy night, NS 1066 was trailing on 41Z, taking the Frankfurt line. It was nice to see again, and the rain made for some cool aesthetics.
Nice. That one looks really new too. Oh, what's that? That's kind of cool. It's a little heritage unit. 1066. Thankfully it's off. I didn't want to hear it running at all. Why do I feel like Gavin's gonna prank us?
The yellow bonnets were the last ones I needed to see to complete the collection. After heading south to a grain elevator, NS 123 came roaring south with an ET44 up front and the unit second. Definitely a really cool video. This was a great catch. NS 8098 led NS 177 with a couple of foreign engines behind it. First, UP 5631, which is pretty standard, but then it had BNSF 710, a Fakebonnet, trailing third. This was a great lash-up, and it had, well, a Fakebonnet and a Conrail heritage unit leading.
ladies and gentlemen and viewers of
NS 1072 was the last heritage unit I needed to see. It was working a coal route down south for many months, but it finally got assigned to a northbound. It was a solo leader on NS 200, and I finally caught the glowworm.
Yeah, there you go. NS 1072. Oh my gosh, I almost died getting off my tailgate. Oh. I didn't know if I'd have had a life.
We got extra lucky this season as UP 1995 came north on NS 188. Probably one of the coolest locomotives I have seen. BNSF 647 came on NS 196 in the original Santa Fe paint scheme from the 90s. I was waking up every few hours to see if it was getting close or not. Thankfully it came in the morning with some good lighting. We've seen the Pennsylvania Railroad unit plenty of times, but here it is again.
There's 8102, Pennsylvania. All right, so we got the new whip here. Oh my gosh.
Coming back from winter break, we stepped into a new whip for night crew.
So we got the new whip.
Don't worry, I got our light. I got it. I got us.
Next up, we see a huge turbine on NS 052 heading north at the Diamonds. It even had a little caboose. It has something to do with Fracked USA. Those are your reporting marks.
But this is the first time I ever caught 8103. It was right here. Had TJ on it. I believe it was leading 216 back when 216 was a thing. But doing the throwback.
Back at 6th Street, NS 8103 led NS 174 north. NS something has TEXX 101 on the end. Another caboose.
TEXX is your reporting markup for it.
The Virginian unit had found its way into 3rd on NS 61C heading north. While NS 54 and 55G are trains I try to avoid, I needed to see this one. It had conductor Poole on it after his training in Georgia. Again. The whole family saw him go by.
Sir. Sir.
NS 1072 made its return on 26C as the leader with BNSF power third.
Like I knew this was coming or something.
CSX M332 had a good chance of scrap loads heading east, and I believe this was one of the first of those trains, if not one of the first few. We see 5 BNSF genset switchers heading east to the scrapyard.
All right, Ian, what do we got? I'm just playing. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it for the boys.
Following up, we see a couple of BNSF 4-axle -8s heading east to the scrapyard. One is done up in the pumpkin paint scheme, and one is in the blue bonnet scheme.
So he's going faster than 10, man. Just saying. Just saying. With the power move.
We then see conductor Pool again on a ballast train taking the Frankfurt line.
Yes, sir! This is that 92X that came through the other day. Sunday, I believe.
639-740-9740-1, item block 2, covered by Johnson.
Wicked.
Okay, 246.
Back to nighttime, as NS 55G, the worst train, is being led by NS 8105. M332 rolled by again, but this time with another -8. This time in the war bonnet paint scheme. That makes for all 3 of them.
In the back. Sweet.
NS 177 usually has boring power, but this time I was impressed. 2 SD70 ACEs, as well as some lightning to add to the fun.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? That's freaking awesome. Oh, 2 aces? Let's go. Ah, it's ready.
The brick returned to Muncie, this time with some executives in the passenger car.
Oh, it's the brick. Oh, there's people inside. Oh, that's so cool.
I got pranked by an M74 the day before, but after checking my facts, also known as going out again, I saw the correct M74 with NS 4005 leading. After some radio chatter in the video, I caught a foreign 28C. Get it? BNSF, CP, UP power, all on 28C for this one.
789 and 7033. Good last show, yes sir.
CSX ran an S988 on a Saturday. It had wind turbine parts heading east to somewhere.
Pass down here to Anderson to catch it. It's got a
CSX's Operation Lifesaver unit had been all over the east before it finally came our way. Coming off a night of partying, I had some trouble getting the name correct. Don't worry, I still made it funny in the end.
down by the fire station, try to get a good angle of it.
Battling it out for my attention, NS26C had 3 UP engines on it, as well as a BNSF Executive and Greenstein FD70 Mac on the end. I was fighting between this one and the Operation Lifesaver, which I had just seen a few hours before.
Yes, sir. Finally did. Fuck. It's a surprise on 332. We got more scrap loads heading east.
4 BNSF-8s, all heading to scrap on this one.
I'm getting a headache. So the car set off.
UP had also been sending its units to be scrapped, and on this M310, 6 units are spotted. 2 genset switchers, 2 SD90 Max, and 2 SD60 Triclops engines. Pretty cool.
Yes. There's a Triclops on here. Is this it? Well, there it is. 2169 was the Triclops. I don't even know if you can tell.
As we wrap things up in this video and in Muncie, NS911 came south with a couple of cars behind it. I'm glad I was finally able to see it, even if it didn't have its entire consist.
Nice.
We needed to stay out that night, as NS51G had a Ferromex engine on it, something we hadn't seen in over a year.
It's fair, Dad.
We have to! We just heard was 310 apparently had to do some sort
Finally, after some radio chatter and a complete surprise over the radio, CSX 911 came east leading. I could tell by the horn that it was it.
This is it. It sounds like an ET-44. That's good news. There's one leading. This is it. This is it.
It wasn't it. Thanks for watching Season 3 of Top Catches. I had a lot of fun putting this video together and seeing all the cool stuff again. If you found my channel over the past year, thank you for subscribing and supporting my adventures. It means a lot to me to know that there are other people that are interested in Muncie trains like I am. My name is Brett, this has been Season 3 Top Catches, and I will see you guys in August.